Hello everyone, this is Eagle Owl. I was wanting to do a video on DNA and how DNA proves the existence of an intelligent creator, or as I like to call it myself, God. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. And basically what you have, and just about everyone has seen this before, you have what looks like you've taken a ladder and you've twisted the ladder all the way down it so it keeps spiraling and spiraling. And on that ladder you got the rungs, the bars that you grab onto. I'm going to show you a picture in a minute. Well, when it comes to DNA, every one of those bars that you grab onto is actually two separate halves. One half is one component and one half is another component. Okay, so in DNA you have four components altogether that are used all the way up that DNA rung to form what a living organism is going to be. They decide what all the characteristics, all the physical characteristics of a living organism. For example, they punch in the information to tell it how tall it's going to be, what color eyes, just every characteristic. So picture this, there's 6 billion lines, 3 billion lines on that DNA strand. 3 billion lines. Each line has two components on it. So there's all this information being plugged into it. Okay, with only those four compounds, T, A, G, and C, mixing them all these different ways, all the way down those 3 billion lines, can get like an endless possibility of different variations. And I'm going to go off camera for a minute and I'm going to show you this chart here and I'm going to explain a couple things and I'll probably kind of go back and forth. Okay, so on this chart you can see the four components. You got A and T, G and C. Now the neat thing is T and A can only be on the same rung. The other letters can't be on that rung. G and C can only be on the same rung and no other letters. You can have a C on the left and a G on the right, or they can be swapped. So you got red here and blue, or you can have the blue on the left and red on the right. Same with those. Okay? That's 6 billion. Okay? You got the four chemical components. Okay, now that we've seen that, study that for a minute. And I'm going to go back and talk some more. Okay, hang on. So anyway, people who don't believe in intelligent design will tell you that we share 98% of the same DNA with a monkey, and that is their reasoning. That is their argument to say, well, see, we evolved from a monkey because if we're 98% similar, we're almost the same as a monkey. But let me explain one critical component they're leaving out. Okay. You got 6 billion different 6 billion different halves, or 3 billion lines of code. Okay, now if you supposedly we share 98% of the same DNA, which means 2% is different. If you take 2% of 6 billion, you get 3 million lines. You get 3 million, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. You get 3 million combinations that are different. So that's 3 million things are different in the programming of the DNA. That's a lot of difference. Normally in a human, if you randomly go in here and you pull out about three to five of those out of the 3 billion lines, if you pull out 3 to 5 of those and you randomly change them with something different, a human will suffer a mutation. Like something will be wrong with that human. Changing 5 of those to something that they shouldn't be is often enough just to end the life. It's enough to kill an organism so that it can't even survive. Okay, so if changing 3 to 5 items will either give you anywhere from a random negative mutation to no longer surviving, imagine changing 3 million lines. Okay? One of the reasons that we share 98% of the same information, you could do a similar thing to like pigs or mice or anything. A certain percentage of the DNA is the same, and the reason why is because it has nothing to do with evolution. It has to do with when you find something that works, when like let's say building a house, when you find a certain thing that works, no matter how different that house looks or no matter what you're trying to build, you find a concept that works and you go with it. For like example, the eye, which my eye's itching right now. The characteristics that make an eye the shape it is and that make it able to take in the light and focus, the characteristics that make that happen, it's something that works. So when the intelligent designer was making the eyes on many different creatures, he was using the same thing that works. So same thing, like I could give example after example, but I don't want to bore people, like how a vein is shaped and goes through a body and how the blood flows through the body. There's numerous things that work because of the way they are designed, which appear to create similarities in different organisms, but it has nothing to do with evolution. Okay? I could go on and I could make a 45-minute video on this topic, but since I'm not a famous YouTuber, most people are not going to sit through a 45-minute or hour-long video on someone that they don't know, someone that's not made a name for themselves in the YouTube community. So I just thought I would bring up some of the main examples about the DNA and make the video relatively short. Later, if I get enough likes or enough views on this video, I may make another one where I go into like a wider range of facts and information about scientific information that shows how there's a creator. And it just depends on how many views I get, because like I said, I don't want to make an extra long video that someone's going to watch 1 minute and turn off. This is Eagle Owl. Thanks for watching.